I almost forgot about making this video. Now a few months ago it has come to light in that Sony are currently developing a Silk spin-off film. And although a Silk film isn't necessarily a top priority for them, like let's say Morbius or the Venom sequel, it is still very much clear in that Sony are working on the Silk film regardless. But what I found rather interesting is that majority of the people from my comment section, at least from back when it was first announced, would rather have the Silk film to be animated instead of live action. And at first I thought that that was rather strange in that people would rather have the Silk film to be animated as opposed to live action, but the more I really thought about this one, the more I can understand why. Because from what I've seen from the Silk comics as well as from the stories that she appears in, a lot of her adventures are very outlandish, and not only that, a lot of the artwork is very cartoony. And so Cindy Moon would naturally fit in within an animated comic book film. But this isn't the main reason why I, alongside a few others, think that Silk should be an animated film. Because when you look at what Sony are doing with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you can see that they are going for a very similar art style. In that the animation is very cartoony, but the character designs in general appear a lot more comic booky than you would expect. Much like most of the Silk comics. And speaking of that film, we do know that they are going to introduce a bunch of other Spider characters such as Peter Parker and even Spider-Gwen. So in theory they could easily just introduce Cindy Moon for a cameo and maybe even set her up for her own animated feature. And that way the Silk movie could easily be a spin-off to Into the Spider-Verse. But at the end of the day, chances are the Silk movie will most likely be a live action film and that it's probably not even going to be animated. Which I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but given how Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is dealing with alternate universes, it would be easier for Sony if they were to use Silk for Into the Spider-Verse and have her spin off into her own standalone film. And pretty much have Silk be within the same continuity of sorts from the Spider-Verse. So are you looking forward into seeing a Silk spin-off film, and would you prefer it to be live action or would you rather it be animated? Comment below and share some thoughts, and as always, thank you guys for watching this video, please like and subscribe, take care and have a good one.